I usually begin with an idea. So, for example, in a Man of the Crowd series, in early 2017, I I went to Southeast Asia for 40 days, and when I was there, I was carrying a sketchbook, and I started painting in gouache, and I made a lot of these paintings, drawings through those 40 days. And when I came back to Bombay, I realized that I've sort of started enjoying this painting process, and it felt very therapeutic. Like I started painting on canvas. I bought a bunch of these large canvases. Canvas actually of a range of sizes, from 4 by 4 inch to 4 by 4 feet. Sort of started like to process the amount of things that happen in a metropolis like Bombay. I started making these figures on these canvases. So I painted for about a year and a half, 2 years, and that resulted into a series of paintings called A Man of the Crowd. When it comes to my sketchbook practice, I am like a compulsive, um, drawer or sketcher. So I maintain a sketchbook at all times. I always carry a sketchbook, and I keep noting, I keep drawing things as and when I see them. And some of the drawings from the sketchbook were about, social media friendly plants. How there are certain kinds of plants that have become very very popular on social media. Like you see them all over Pinterest, all over Instagram. They are in your homes, they are in your offices, in the cafes. And the street art mural in Lodi Colony in Delhi was about that observation. And I particularly enjoyed making these different kinds of foliage plants, and I thought a mural could be a great, you know, medium or a format where I could execute this idea. So ideas are born, and then they become what they become, and it's not the other way around. Even with the India Art Fair facade, I started painting those. I started making those paintings in September 2019, August September 2019, and I was already three paintings into it, and that's when Street Art India and India Art Fair got in touch with me to explore the idea of me designing the facade. And I said that, I am already working on this series, which is about the verticality of modern living, and how I see a parallel between that and the way we see these, still life, these arrangements of objects at a street level. So it was about making that connection. Most of the time it is that I have an idea, or I have this image in mind, or I'm actively like making a painting, and then worrying about how it is going to be, where it'll end up. Where it will end up is not the first question that I start with. What I typically do is, if I'm working on a series of paintings or some other work, I generally post snippets of it, or I respond to what's happening, around us. Ever since the lockdown has been imposed, I was thinking, what can I do to sort of make the best use of my time and engage, with an audience. So what I did is I put out a story that where I asked people to send me a picture of any object, thing, possession that is dear to them, and I will make a quick drawing of it. The reason I did this was I was curious to know what kind of things do people have in their homes. I collect a bunch of things, like I have a collection of scissors from around the world. So people send me pictures of a bunch of things, their pets, and it also became a nice little exercise for me to respond to these pictures. I guess the audiences also responded in different ways, and it also gives me a sense of what people are into. This tiny format really is interesting because I can carry it in my pocket whenever and wherever I go. So I'll quickly take you through one of my sketchbooks. It's a unique one in a way that it's really tiny in size. This was a quick drawing of a market in Jakarta. This is an impression of a coin, Indonesian coin. That's a drawing of my sister. Pardon my ugly fingers. I found these table mats at a restaurant in Indonesia. This kid at Kuta Beach is looking for something in the sand. It's a drawing of a road trip in Bali, sleeping figure in Bali, and then I made my own version of it. Lately, I've been making these objects. Self quarantine. I think like changing the kind of sketchbooks or the scale of sketchbooks, uh, it keeps the the sketchbook practice very fresh and exciting. So I have like a very wide range of sizes, starting from A3 size to like this tiny little thing.